Today's topic is most likely to hurt many of your emotions and sentiments. That's because I'm going to talk about the half-eaten fruit craving that most of us have. Welcome back to a new video. My name is Lijo Babu and I'm here to tell you all about Apple's privacy facade. For those of you who are still living under a rock, let me tell you, Apple is facing some serious allegation from the US government for monopolizing the smartphone market. And there are a couple of different reasons to why the Department of Justice thinks it has done that. Mainly, Apple doesn't like any smartwatches that isn't an Apple Watch. Apple doesn't like any cloud streaming or cloud gaming platform on the iPhone. Apple doesn't like any other digital wallets except for the Apple Wallet, which means that you have to give all your information to Apple even if you don't want to. Take a look at this promotion from the CEO himself in the Code 2022, where a member in the audience asked Tim Cook to adopt latest RCS aka Rich Communication Services so that his mother could receive his videos. To which Tim Cook's response was,
I can't send my mom certain videos or she can't send me certain videos. And so we leave
Buy your mom an iPhone.
It sounds alright for the CEO of the company to promote their product, but Apple had bigger plans than what we can think of. Let me explain. As we all know, this lawsuit is going to take a while to try in the court. The Department of Justice compared it a lot to the Microsoft case back in the 90s, when Internet Explorer was the dominant web browser on the internet. If you were using a Microsoft operating system, you were pretty much stuck using the Internet Explorer. But Microsoft didn't stop there. They did a lot of anti-competitive stuff like keeping Netscape out of the race, for which Microsoft was convicted later. The Department of Justice feels that Apple is doing the same thing with a lot of new app developers and applications. One of the big questions that came out of this lawsuit was, does this mean Apple cannot monitor what apps are making its way to the App Store? Because that's the whole point why they maintain the App Store, which is private and secure, right? I agree with you. But that's not the real reason why DOJ is after Apple. DOJ says Apple is using its power to discourage developers by imposing 30% commission on app downloads and in-app purchases. And secondly, DOJ asserts that Apple doesn't have any real regard to its users' privacy. Now let me tell you what is Apple's stance on this. On December 18, 2020, Tim Cook tweeted this. This is basically a pop-up screen from the iOS 14.5 where whenever you install an app, Apple takes consent from the user to check if they want it to be tracked. Now, as you may know, user tracking is something that many apps rely on to promote targeted ads. With the user tracking restriction in place, 63% of the US citizens chose do not track. Now, this was a serious hit to big apps like Facebook and Twitter, who ran targeted ads, resulting in a net loss of $600 billion for Facebook alone in just 1 year. Apple accused Facebook for abusing users' privacy. But on the other hand, Apple was actually playing their cards to build their own ad network while claiming to be privacy friendly. Apple's point of view on the ad network was that Apple is a closed ecosystem, so it can essentially track its users. But in reality, Apple was trying to get Facebook and Twitter out of the competition. You see, in the digital world, data is everything. Apple realized this and started running their own ad network, collecting more user data, which typically boils down to just one big thing, that Apple's privacy was a scam. Now, if I talk from a user's point of view, majority of the Apple users stick to Apple products for one big thing, and that is the brand value and the social status that it has to offer. But if you keep aside the brand value and the status, Android offers much better experience in terms of latest features, innovations, security and privacy that you can possibly think of, because that's what makes a smartphone smart, right? So the debate is over. Apple is good, but you have other options which are even better if you keep aside the brand value and the status. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you find the video informative, give it a like, share and subscribe to the channel. For those who haven't seen my previous videos, you can watch it here. Bye now.